So it's kind of ironic that I'm making a visual diary because when I was little, I was terrified of owning a diary because I was like, if somebody reads it, I'm fucked. Like, I'm going to be so embarrassed. But the reason why I wanted to do like a visual diary is because, one, I genuinely love creating content and I have fun with making creative edits and stuff. Two, these videos are going to be the videos that I wish were available to me. For the girls who, want to get deeper, that is who these videos are for. Three, I'm really big on memories and I want to be able to watch these videos when I'm older and see, the different things that was going on in my life.
I used to see visions of you and me, so happy. It's over now, you're gone away. Still I can feel your...
Guess it fucking just clicked one night. All them demons help me see shit differently.
I'm just so sick and tired of seeing everybody be the same. But everybody trying to be the same type of different, but it's like everybody is the same. And then when something new or different is done, everybody hops on a trend. It's annoying. Like, everybody doing the same type of videos. Everybody thumbnails look the same. Like I said, everybody houses look the same. Everybody hairstyles look the same. Everybody nails look the same. I'm done. I'm done. Because one, you can't be a trendsetter if you following trends. Two, them trends change so fast, baby. I cannot keep up. And three, that's not even me. It's not even me. I was put on this earth to be myself. I was not put on this earth to be somebody else. Them other people already exist. I'm gonna be my own person. And I hope y'all fuck with that. I hope y'all rock with it. If you don't, it is what it is.
But if I can't be me, then fuck's the point.
Call it how it is. Kendrick. Promise to swear. There, Betty. Yo. Percocet. Miley Percocet. Percocet. Miley Percocet. Percocet. Rep the set.
I have to admit that this is not my first time going through this. This is probably my third or fourth time finding myself. But yeah, I've like always known better, but I don't always do better. In fact, sometimes I've kind of suppressed my higher conscious and knowing better. And I've said, you know what, we just gonna forget that, we're gonna ignore that. Even when I know I can be doing better, I'd be like, nah, we just gonna go with the status quo, even if I knew it wasn't right. And for that, I'm like disappointed in myself, but I'm glad that I'm finally waking up and I'm finally gonna say and do what I want to do without censoring myself and without caring about how it makes me look or what other people may think of me, because I literally just don't care about that anymore. Like, I'm gonna do what makes me happy. But I definitely have, made myself shut up or tone myself down because of how it would be perceived. Whether it's like, oh, let me not put on this because this might be too this, or let me not say this because it might be too sassy, or let me not, and it's like, why do I have to censor myself? Like holding myself back sometimes, like, or like even like when I'm talking, I'll be like, oh, I can't say this because this isn't acceptable, or like, let me not do too much because people might not like it. And it's like, I don't want to have to like censor myself anymore. It's just like whenever I'm doing stuff, I'm always wondering like how it would be received, I guess. And I used to love a quote. It was like, up until now, I definitely been like going with a they will like me mindset instead of it'll be fine if they don't. If I did stuff that I genuinely like, they'd be like, well, I don't give a fuck if you like it because I like it, I would say the need right now is just to be happy. If I'm not going to get the results that I want, I would much rather be happy, in the process and just do it for fun. If you know what I'm saying?
I think, and you said something really major, like I have to put on like this costume, get dressed up and be this other person.
I feel like being on social media, I feel like I have to like look a certain way, and it's like, what do I like? And it's like I'll be forgetting what I like in the process because I'm so busy on trying to be appealing. Like you said, like I need to set a good example for Nova, and that is a better example than, oh, let me, you need these things to be beautiful, because I want Nova to love herself just as she is, because I love her just the way she is. I don't be like, oh, I can't wait to put braids in over here. Like, I love you with your little hair all crazy. Like, I love you just the way you are.
And I think what's cool is I think you're coming into another version of yourself. Like, I say, like, for a young woman anyway, like you meet yourself at about 18, 19, like especially if you go away to college. And like towards the end of college, I think, you meet yourself again. And then I think in another couple of years, you'll meet yourself again. And then when you start getting closer to the 30 mark, you'll meet yourself again. I think, as you continue to grow and evolve, you'll start to realize different things about yourself.
Yeah, and the crazy part is, it's like, I feel like the stuff that I'm like feeling and stuff, I don't really feel like it's new to me, but I kind of feel like I'm like finding my way back to myself. Like, so like before I had social media and all that, like I used to be all into deep shit and like quotes and just like deep thinking and stuff. Like, I used to be so into it, but it's like slowly but surely I like lost touch with that type of stuff, and it's because like I replaced that stuff with like social media, and it's like refreshing, but it's like I feel like I'm getting back home, like I'm coming back home to myself basically.
As you start to evolve, I think it's important for you to learn how to embrace those parts of you. Like, don't ignore them, don't try to push them away, but like embrace them. Like, this is me too. Like, I don't have to be either or. I can be both of these things or all of these things. That's who I am.
I always try to like put myself in a category, and I'm like, you have to be this and you can't be anything outside of this. And now I'm realizing like you can be 10 million things at once. That's better. Honestly, if you one thing, you're boring. Like, and that's 9 times out of 10 not you, because most people aren't just easily categorized. I have trouble like realizing like what do I like because I genuinely like it, and what do I like because I'm told I should like it. And so like it's just gonna take like a lot of reflecting for me to like unlearn the stuff that like I was brainwashed to believe basically. And so that's why I think like the struggle is gonna be at, because like basically like I'm gonna have to like not reinvent myself, but like relearn myself and take away all the noise and just like really like tune in and listen to what I think.
Like self-reflect, and ask, am I doing this because I like it, or am I doing it because other people like it? Am I wearing this because I feel good in it, or am I, wearing this because, I think it's going to get good feedback from other people.
I will wait for you, for you. I will wait for you. I will wait for you. If the world was dead, would you cry or would you try to get? Tell me now, but I want you to be glad. Tell me now.
I don't look like her, and I don't want what's on my head.
One thing that has really helped me to kind of regain my confidence in my natural self is just sometimes taking breaks. So I take my lashes off, or I go, a month without getting braids. I went so long without getting wigs. I got rid of those things, and I want to become comfortable with looking at my natural self again, because it's like when I don't have all my little stuff done, I don't be feeling like myself. And it's like, babe, but this is literally you. Like, the fact that you don't feel like yourself without that stuff is crazy to me, because it's literally like ironic. You are most yourself when you don't have that stuff. But it's like I feel like I need that stuff to be myself, and that's not it.
Your boy got the full body do-rag out.
I used to get perms once upon a time, and then, I went on my little natural hair journey, and so it took me a long time. Like, I transitioned and, had to trim my hair, and it took me a long time to reveal my natural curly hair. And once I did, I was like, whoa, this is beautiful. Like, oh my God, I didn't even know I had this type of hair. I really was like into my natural hair. But as I got into social media, I started to be like, nah, I need to get braids, I need to get wigs. And it's like, babe, you worked so hard just to get this hair, and now you just abandoning it. I don't want to say I'm ashamed of my hair because I still love my naturally curly hair, but I don't appreciate it in the way that I used to. One thing that I always wonder about myself, why do I spend hundreds of dollars for a wig that I'm going to keep in my hair for a month and probably never wear again, when I can put hundreds of dollars into oils and shampoos and conditioners that are going to help my hair grow? I would rather invest in myself than waste money in weaves. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with weaves and braids, but I'm saying, like, we feel that we need that stuff because society tells us that. And so I really want to just embrace my natural hair.
Love yourself, girl, or nobody will. Though you a woman, I don't know how you deal.
When I was a little girl, I never had insecurity issues. And I really sat back and reflected. I'm like, dang, what was different when I was little? When I was little, my mama did not allow me to have social media. It wasn't until I got my YouTube channel, like a few months after that I got Instagram. And then all hell broke loose, and I saw all these trends. I look at myself and I'm like, well, I don't look like that, so I must not be beautiful. I'm all here for self-care and hygiene and taking care of yourself. But there's a difference between taking care of yourself and there's a difference of hating yourself. And I feel like society makes us hate ourselves. So we spend millions and billions of dollars in the beauty industry trying to enhance ourselves when, baby, we are already perfect. You are made the way you are made for a reason. Like, there is nothing wrong with you. And I'm saying this to myself, and I'm saying this to anybody who needs to hear it.
Love yourself right now as you are, deeply and unconditionally, and recognize that who you are in this moment is worthy of whatever it is that you want in the future. You're already worthy of it. You don't have to do anything else because you are already perfect as you are. That's how you truly love yourself the most. You recognize that, okay, I want something, it's mine. I deserve it right now because I'm already inherently worthy of that thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to prove anything else to yourself. You don't have to prove anything else to the world. You don't have to prove anything else to the universe to show that what you want, you should be able to have. You can just have it. You can just embody that. You can just embody your future self right now. You are not a self-improvement project. There's nothing else that you have to change in order to be more deserving of love and the things that you want in life.
I literally clicked on the video because I wanted something to watch while I was eating my lunch or whatever. I didn't really think that the video was going to relate to me so much. I mean, kinda, but I was not expecting it to make me feel something like it has made me feel. Like, I literally just got done eating and I was like, I need to talk about this and reflect on what she just said, because the man, if she ain't hit it on the head. Basically, like, I was like, oh, you know what? I have not been loving myself, but I'm going to do things so that I can love myself. I knew that I did not want this video to be all about my exterior and about my physical appearance. I also wanted to do some internal work with myself. But like Lynette said, baby, I'm worthy of that love right now as I am. And I really needed to hear that. That's probably where I went wrong on all these self-love, finding myself journeys that I've had. I've always felt like I need to be a certain version of myself. And I mean, let's be real, the version that I think that I need to be is still influenced by society to some extent. But I need to accept myself as I am right now, with my hair exactly as it is, with bald spots and being eat up in the back and being heat damaged and just not being perfect. I need to accept my personality as it is, with its flaws and some of my toxic traits and some mistakes, I need to accept myself the way that I am. That is what really loving yourself is. Loving yourself is loving yourself unconditionally, not just when you have reached some perfect form of yourself, because one, that form is not, it doesn't exist. You will never be the perfect form of yourself. So if you sit there and tell yourself, oh, I'll start loving myself whenever I am this way, you are never going to love yourself. And that's why I probably have never loved truly love myself in life, because I always felt like I needed to be a certain version of myself in order to be loved. I need to love myself exactly as I am now, with the flaws, with the kinks, with the mistakes. I need to love myself now. And that just did something for me, because it's like, I always give love to other people so easily. And when I think about my daughter, I'm like, I love Nova unconditionally. There's not a fucking thing in this world that she can do that will make me not love her. And I need to be the same way about myself. I need to quit giving other people the love that I deserve for myself. And of course, I'm still gonna love my daughter, but I'm saying, like, you give this love to so many other people. Why don't you reciprocate that for yourself? Why not? It's about time. It's about time. Watching that video struck a chord in me. Like, that really says so much for me. Like, I deserve love right now. And just even hearing that makes me feel so comfortable. Don't feel like you need to improve yourself in order to be loved. Love yourself first, and then work on improving yourself. I think this is going to change how I look at my self-love journey and finding myself, because now I know that I'm worthy right now. I don't need to be anything else than what I am right now. I don't need to do any additional work. I am lovable right now. So I'm going to start loving myself right now in the moment. I still want to do things for myself to make myself a better person, but I felt like I could only embrace myself once I had done that work, and now I'm going to embrace myself right now as I am. So I set out one day, Zay took Nova, and I had a day all to myself, and I really just set out to rediscover myself, rediscover my hobbies, rediscover my interests, and just do things for me, because I feel like so much of who I became and what I did was because I thought I should be doing it, or because I thought it was cool, or because I thought it was trendy, but I just wanted to get back to what I truly love to do. First thing I did, I went to a Black-owned coffee shop. When I tell y'all this is my new favorite coffee spot, y'all, coffee is cheap, it tastes great, and the customer service is a 10, so I've been going there lately. I feel like this whole experience of me just like getting back to myself and loving myself is different than every other time, because I'm not trying to get like back to a specific version of myself, because I know that I have went through so many things and I have changed in so many ways, obviously for the better. And so it is impossible for me to get back to that girl who I was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Like, that's just impossible. Y'all, when I tell y'all this day was just like, I don't know, it was just so nostalgic, and this feels familiar, but also exciting because I haven't felt this way in such a long time. When I was leaving the coffee shop, I saw this cute little bookstore, so I went in, and it was just so perfect. I have been getting into just like thrifting clothes and stuff, so when I saw like a thrift bookstore, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. And it just really gave me like a real bookstore feel. This lady used to do my hair when I was like maybe 4th, 5th grade, right? And I went to her like a year or two ago, and she was like, Bubbles, you don't got a book with you? You used to always read. And I was like, I like never read books now. And ever since she told me that, like, it's always stuck with me, but I have just not gotten back into reading up until now. Highly, highly recommend that y'all get y'all books secondhand because it's better for the environment and you can save you some coins. When I got home, I did disinfect the books, but I got a few books and they actually gave me 2 free ones that I think that they was just trying to get rid of or whatever. But it was such a nice experience just kind of looking for books and everything. I've been reading a lot of like self-help books, but I also wanted to kind of expand my horizons. So I got a book about colored women who, you know, had made some accomplishments. I got a book on Buddhism because when I was younger, I was like, I'm not really religious, but I feel like that's the religion that I like resonate with the most. So I just want to learn more about Buddhism to see if I actually want to start following that religion or whatever. And then I was looking at, like I said, self-help books, stuff on happiness, how to build character. But yeah, like even when I used to read when I was younger, I used to love like mysteries, horror books. That just goes to show like, even though I'm getting back to my old self as far as reading goes, I'm different. So like I would still be interested in a horror book, but like that's not my first preference. If y'all been watching me, y'all know who Ellison is, but I just love going on dates with her because Ellison is one of those people who I can be most myself with. So I'm in college, but I do go back home a lot, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I only go back home if it's like an event or a special occasion. I never just go back home just to go back home. Like it's always a reason behind it. Home is where your heart is. So this time when I went home, I actually was present and I took the time to really like appreciate what my home represents and what it stands for. Having that place that I can go to and it's kind of like a record of all things me. Consider myself a homebody. I'm one of those type of people, like I prefer to stay at home. And when you're a homebody, instead of going to eat out, you gonna cook. Instead of going to the movies, you gonna watch Netflix. Instead of going to the mall, you gonna shop online. And so being a homebody basically means that you are self-sufficient and whatever you need, you do it for yourself with what you have at home. I want to have that same mentality for my home within myself. I want to find acceptance and love within myself. I don't want to have to go outside to society on social media for them to tell me, oh, Bubbles, you look good, you did this right. When you go out and be in a mix, your sauce don't taste the same. Versus when you at home, it's so authentic, it's so pure because nobody else, nothing else has come in and tainted that and told you, oh, you need to fix this, you need to tweak this, you need to take this out, you need to add this in. I love my little wallabies to death. They are so comfortable and I don't know, I just love the vibe that they give. But I quit wearing them because I was like, oh, these not cool, these not stylish. There are so many parts of myself that I have neglected or ignored or just pushed away because I did not think it was cool enough. And so coming back home, it really was like that reference point for me to be like, okay, these are the things that I like. I still was able to find those pieces of myself that I had forgotten about. And it was just so nice to rediscover those pieces of myself because I really felt like I had lost them. Please keep all your memories, all your projects, everything, keep it. I went through this box that I had and I found letters and papers that I wrote that still resonate with me to this day. One of the letters that I found, I think it was supposed to be like a poem or a song. basically it was about how you shouldn't care about what other people think and just be yourself. And it's like, I wrote that in 2015 and here it is still resonating with me, 7 years later? Like, it was a full circle moment for me.
But you'll always find a way back home. You can change your style.
Focusing on myself and kind of canceling out and ignoring that outside energy is really going to allow me to really get in tune with myself. I went home to reground myself, but I also realized how no matter how far you go, no matter how long you've been gone, you can always go back home. And that is true for the physical home, and that is true for your internal home. I've come back home to myself, but this time I'm here to stay. I'm going to become a homebody. I'm not going to depend on nobody for validation. And baby, I am going to be the purest version of myself. And I can't wait for y'all to see it.